Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, the second of two on this Wild Card Saturday. It's our visitors and our home team. Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichert will get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Hey.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
They'll run with the Boise State product, Ashton Genty. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. 3rd and long.
Hey, easy. Route. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Nick Cross.
At the 49-yard line.
Hey, can't. 19 seconds. 175.
Right to the air, it's Fields. He's going to take a shot down the field. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Easy. Johnson. Alpha. Lunch right.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Here we go. Up. 331. Chips here. No mas. EQ. Medic. Tonight.
Fields to throw for it. Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. It's a pickup of 14. And the decision to go for it pays off. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Right.
They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. 319, guys, what?
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. got his man at the 6. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's first and goal. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
The tackle by the overshot. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Second and goal.
Don't jump. Ready? All right.
Throwing is Fields. He's got it at the 3. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal.
Here we go. You good? 319, get us net. Hey, can. Press, butt straight. Tonight.
To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The offense staying put. Fourth and goal from the 2.
Here we go. 319, get us net. Hey, can.
Now this offense could use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming.
Here we go. 319, get us net. Hey, never mind. Monday. Tonight.
Fields. To the goal line and in.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays,
And look at this. The extra point is blocked. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Rip, 23. Hey, tomato. 11. Hey, I'm gun. 11. 11. Here we go.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he gets this up close to the 40. Jabril Peppers up from the safety spot to bring him down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Here's second and 6.
On red. Gun. Silver.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Third down
and that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
At the 43-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
First down. Fields. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. First grab of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He picks up the first down with that one.
Don't jump. Ready? Turbo, sir.
Slot man in motion right. Little quick pass to the receiver heading right. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line. We are through one here on Wild Card Weekend. It's a close game early on. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 222, 222. Extend.
Now, Fields. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he won't get away. Good tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
On the give, it's 2. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
And now with that stop on 2nd and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. 3rd and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. In motion, it's Golden.
Go.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught by the tight end. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule: the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
Visitors 13. Our home team, nothing. Will Reichert to kick off.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Trayvon Walker, the former first overall pick, in there for the sack. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to bring this one back. It is a punt return touchdown for the special teams unit. A special teams magic moment from the rookie who takes it all the way. What a great way to announce yourself to your teammates as a huge part of this team.
Yeah, and there's no greater way to establish value and to earn a role on a team like than through special teams. Now, when you could do it as a returner and you can impact the game by putting points on the board, man, that is different. In this case, that's exactly what he does, and that is a huge impact play here by the young rookie.
And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
11. Lisa, 20. There we go.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Try again. It's second and 10.
Hey.
Throwing is Lawrence. Pass caught. It's John Mechie. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His first catch of the wild card game. And good for a first down.
Good for a first down. First
let's
and
go.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Lawrence now. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. John Mechie was the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down.
Hey, go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
Here we go, son. 11. Here we go, son.
Lawrence throwing on fourth down. This one downfield for Kincaid. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Gonna give the ball over on down.
Here we go, son. 19 instruction. March right. Right.
Fields now to throw on first down. That'll be complete to 2.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Here we go, son. Turbo, son. You got a mini bait.
Now Fields. This one deep downfield for Chase. They're going to have it at their own 20-yard line.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Lawrence. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play to kick off this drive. 33 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
All right, let's go. Hey, Soko, son. Go, let's go.
To throw is Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Now Lawrence. Now screen set up for Irvin. And this is not going to do the trick. Unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it leads to 4th down.
Taken out of bounds.
This offense just can't buy a 3rd down conversion right now, Mike. And if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL. And so far, this has been about as bad as it gets.
That's taken in. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the 3rd quarter of the NFC wildcard game. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
Their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Jim Swear.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Set up the screen here for Tootin. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Here we go, son. Let's go. Hey, Angel. Easy. Go.
Fields. Open man, left side. He's got it. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
For the longest time, When you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
Up the middle, here is Chilton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So, from 37, here's second down and 9.
Here we go. 319, get the back. Hey, never mind, Monday. Right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 14 on the pickup. That's enough for a first down.
Result is a first down.
Here we go, son. 319, get the back. Touch right. 11. Justin. Right.
Here's Fields. And now he's got a man open deep downfield. They get 25 on that connection. And that will be a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal.
319, get the back.
That's Washington, the man in motion.
Right.
Shooting. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Visitors 27. Our home team, nothing.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Irving now on the return. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Lisa 24.
On first down, Lawrence. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 23, here's second down and 7.
Red on red.
The 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Hey. 11, add it. 11. Silver.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's going to be incomplete.
wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run to begin the 4th, and here's Genty. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Rip, 23. Son, it's on. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
2nd down, Lawrence. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the 2nd half.
On 3rd down, it's Irvin. It's a gain of 12 there. That's enough for a 1st down.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Ty Felton, the intended receiver that time. And it's going to be 3rd down. Lawrence going for it all. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by DJ Turner. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 319, got that. Easy. Angel. Go.
Throwing is Fields. This one not quite on target. Fields and too much. That one falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Fields now on 2nd down. Now he'll air one out. That's hard.
Here we go, son. Blue 58. Right.
1st down. Fields. That's It's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 10.
Don't jump.
Second down. It's Fields. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10.
331, 331.
Back to throw is Fields. And this ball incomplete on third down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike. And I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down.
Here we go, Scott. Hey, 319, can I see that? Right.
Fields to throw for it. And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on fourth and goal.
On red.
On first and 10, it's Genty. And a nice rush. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game.
That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Here we go. Good. Move 58, move 58. Right.
A first down throw for Fields. Trying to set up the screen with Golden.
Man, what a big tough play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They motion the slot man left. A little quick pass to the receiver heading left.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier, brought down at the 18-yard line.
Here's a third down and 4.
Third and 4.
Here we go, Scott. Right.
Fields to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
EQ. Right. Easy, easy, easy. Right.
Fourth down. Fields. Now he'll work his way out right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Riker now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors will add one more onto their big lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Irving now on the return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Here we go.
On first and 10, Lawrence. He'll get this off to Genty. Hook him up on a second down and 8.
Second and 8
Hey,
at the 21-yard line.
Lawrence. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. Now this offense could use the first of their timeouts. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. Third down, they need 5. Now here's Lawrence. That's to Kincaid once again. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Complete to Dalton Kincaid. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And the visitors will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
First and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Here we go. Green 19 gets that.
Fields now to throw on first down. He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win for our visitors as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild